Few could have anticipated that the barren, sun-scorched expanse of the Arabian Peninsula would give rise to a civilization that would shape the course of human history. Over a millennium, Islamic society evolved from a small, localized faith in the corner of the Arabian Peninsula into a cultural, scientific, and political force spanning several continents. Starting from the Prophet Muhammad's mission in Mecca to the final collapse of the Ottoman Empire after World War I. This is 1,000 years of Islam's history. The Bedouin Arabs. In the 6th century, the Arabian Peninsula was a fragmented and desolate region on the fringes of great empires. To the west lies the heirs of the once mighty Roman Empire, the Byzantine Empire. Although now an echo of its past, it is the bastion of Christianity. To the east loomed the Sasanian Empire, the last empire of ancient Iran, embodying Persian sophistication and Zoroastrian faith. Sandwiched between these powers, the Arabian Peninsula remained largely overlooked, inhabited by nomadic Bedouin tribes who herded livestock and traded goods across the deserts. Politically, the region was decentralized, with no overarching authority. Economically, it thrived in certain areas due to caravan trade routes connecting the Indian Ocean with the Mediterranean. The religious life of the peninsula mirrored its diversity. The majority of Arabs practiced polytheism, worshipping numerous deities whose idols were housed in the Kaaba, a sanctuary in Mecca, which would become the center of Islam the following centuries. However, alongside these practices, Jewish and Christian communities were present, particularly in the fertile regions of Yemen and the Levantine fringes. Though fragmented, this cultural milieu set the stage for a transformation that would alter the course of history. In the year 570 CE, Muhammad was born in Mecca, a thriving center of commerce and culture in the Arabian Peninsula. Islamic tradition identifies him as the final prophet in a lineage including Moses and Jesus. Entrusted with restoring monotheism among the Arab people, Muhammad is said to have received revelations from God, which were later compiled into the Quran, forming the spiritual foundation of Islam. The early years of his mission were marked by resistance and persecution in Mecca, where his message challenged the social and religious norms of the Arabs. In 622 CE, he and his followers migrated to Medina in an event known as the Hijra, a pivotal moment that signified both a new beginning for the Muslim community and the start of the Islamic calendar. In Medina, Muhammad established a cohesive community, uniting various tribes under shared beliefs and practices. His actions contributed to the formation of a structured Muslim community, though despite his profound achievements, Muhammad left no clear successor, heir, or blueprint for an empire. His death in 632 CE left his followers with the monumental challenge of interpreting his teachings and shaping a legacy that would ultimately span continents and centuries, far beyond what he may have envisioned. Foundations and fractures. Muhammad's death in 632 left the Muslim community facing a critical question. Who would lead in his absence? Without a clear successor designated, this uncertainty gave rise to the Caliphate, a political and spiritual institution established to preserve Muhammad's legacy and guide the growing Muslim community. This new role paved the way for the first leaders of this institution, known as the Rashidun caliphs, or rightly guided ones, who played a foundational role in shaping the early Islamic state. The first caliph was Abū Bakr's, a close companion of Muhammad and his father-in-law. Abū Bakr's leadership was pivotal during this turbulent period as he worked to unite the Muslim community. His reign began with the Ridda Wars, a series of campaigns to suppress tribal uprisings, and he later initiated military expeditions against the Byzantine and Sasanian empires, setting the stage for Islamic expansion. Under the second caliph, Umar ibn al-Khattab, the Muslim state grew into a formidable power. By the end of Umar's tenure, 634-644, Muslim forces had established control over vast regions, including Persia, Syria, and Egypt. These conquests were not merely territorial, but included sophisticated systems of governance and taxation that solidified the caliphate's authority and infrastructure. However, unity within the community was tested by questions of leadership. Ali ibn Abi Talib, a cousin and son-in-law of Muhammad, was regarded by some as the rightful successor due to his familial connection and early devotion to Islam. This belief gave rise to the Shia movement, whose adherents supported Ali's claim. Others, known as Sunnis, upheld the legitimacy of the existing caliphate. This schism marked the beginning of a division that would shape Islamic history for centuries to come. 4. Dynastic ambitions and expansion. The assassination of Ali in 661 marked a turning point in Islamic history, as the leadership of the Muslim world shifted to the Umayyad dynasty. Centered in Syria, the Umayyads transformed the caliphate from a community-based leadership into a hereditary monarchy. They moved the capital from Medina to Damascus, establishing it as the political and cultural hub of their vast empire. Over the next 90 years, the Umayyads presided over a second wave of conquests,